dead and in prison. Way higher than their counterparts that are kept in their homes. What a wonderful report came out of England. Children, even in the most dysfunctional family, do much better than children that are removed into foster. The statistics are there it's a tidal wave. And when you go on the internet, you look up CPS abuse, and thousands and thousands of sites. People telling their stories, groups, coalitions, legislation, lots of wonderful, wonderful things are happening out there. So when I was up in Sacramento, I just couldn't believe the support. Everybody's going, you got to come back and lobby. And I talked to the Right to Life lady, and she's going, that's how I got it done. I just walk around and knock on doors. That's how you do it. Bring a group, march on the Capitol, raise awareness. And there was a couple of wonderful assemblymen there who said, bring us your bill. Bring us your bill. We want to see it. We know there's a problem. Bring us your bill. Bring us your solutions. So it's right back to us as a community, as individuals, to fight for our families and everybody else's families. And believe me, we can support each other, right?
You know this, love.
Yeah.
You know this.
So anyway, I thank you all for being here tonight, and really look forward to hearing from you, because we're going to start our legislative groups and working with Stone and some attorneys and get this stuff written down and on the ballots. And thank you for reading.
Do a little small discussion.
Oh, sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if we want to sit around, we can convene around some chairs.
We're talking about statistics and CPS. That's a huge thing. If you look at the statistics, more children are abused at the hands of CPS than at the hands of their family. More children die at the hands of CPS than at the hands of their family. More children are sexually abused at the hands of CPS than by their family. Something needs to be done. Something needs to be in place, but not what is now. So that's my big thing. And like we said, any questions, Jess?
How are your children doing?
I'm thankful because, like I said, I started complying about 2 months ago. So they finally took my baby out of the place he was, which is only 2 blocks from here, and placed him with his brother. His brother is in a lovely Christian home with foster parents who are about the family. See, that's what we need. We need more foster parents that are about getting the kids reunified with their families. And that's where my 2 boys are now. And I actually think it was just a godsend because, I was just, when I found out that they actually went to our church and that they're the youth pastors, so a church I've been going to on and off for 25 years, and I met these people. They're awesome. In fact, for Christmas, I went to their house, to spend the day with my boys, and at that time, the baby was in another foster home, but they had my older boy. So I went to go spend the day with them. This is kind of funny, you brought this up, but I went to go spend the day with them, and my baby couldn't be with me because there was too many people that wanted to meet him. Yeah, because the lady was planning on adopting him because he was in a pre-adopt group home, in a pre-adopt foster home. So he couldn't be with his mom and dad on Christmas, his first Christmas, because there was too many people that wanted to meet him. Because she had already planned on adopting my son. So her family wanted to meet him. Go ahead.
I have a question for both of you guys. First of all, I highly admire your guys' courage and your leadership that you're taking. This is major. You're a force. Whatever you're fighting, like you said, when you get attacked, you got to fight against these people.
Exactly.
What do you think about that? If it's government courts, it's government agencies, it's government funds. What's your perspective on just opting out of government in general and seeing the government as the total parasite that it is in general? Yeah. Just opting out of the system in general.
That's what our plan is.
Well, you're saying you're going to do legislation,
Yeah.
but we can legislate.
That's what goes
But,
to government. I understand
what you're saying, like the government, they take 30% of our income,
Right.
by force.
I think
Seeing who they are for really who they are. I'm just curious. Have you got to that point where you're like, we don't need a government forcive, coercive organization? It's just.
I had that understanding for the longest time, and I filed a 2-page protest about paying my property taxes. And I named names and listed agencies that I refuse to support with my tax dollars. I want my right to be able to put the money that comes away from CPS and Susan Mariello and take it and put it into programs, independent private programs that really, honest to God, help people, homeless. I mean, I think the saying here in Santa Cruz, we not only don't take care of our homeless, we create them. Is that it? So anyway, I want my tax dollars to do good and not prolong this insanity.
Right. And
What
one thing I was
response did you get?
I haven't gotten it yet, but they haven't cashed my check either. I sent them a pittance.
You know, and like Fox said a minute ago, I think it needs to be more, you know, community-based. Bring people in, sit down with the family, with the children, and ask what the problems are. Okay? Because right now, when a kid gets put in foster care, they get upwards of $7,000 a month for that child. Okay? Upwards of $7 grand a month. Okay? Towards if some of that money was put back into the family and help the family with whatever problems they're having, may it be to where if it's, okay, you know, little Johnny isn't going to school every day because their dad doesn't have a car. Okay? Easy to fix, you know, let's help them with that. Parents are having, you know, problem with housing. A little harder to fix, but you know, it can be done. You know, but instead, like I said, if they don't put these kids in foster care, they don't get paid.
Right.
So what they need to do is they need to put that money towards the families a little bit.
Right. No, it is. And because it's incentivized, it's very attractive. And then you have caseworkers and whoever else is getting paid by the state. So it's their livelihood. So like you said,
right in their pockets.
Right. So there's good people in the system, but you got to understand this country was founded by declaration. This country was not a legislative country. We just, 56 people got together and said, you want to be free from Great Britain? Yeah, let's do it. Sign this document. They just declared it.
Right.
So at what point, you know, how long, because this has been going on for a long time.
Well,
So at what point we just declare we're not participating in this and, you know, we're just independent or whatever the next step might be, but just taking that next step in revolutionary leadership.
Right, and it's hard for me, I want to get into all that because in all honesty, we denote ownership of our children the second we sign the birth certificate.
Right.
Okay? We sign that birth certificate, we're giving it, denoting ownership to the state. Okay, so, smack your child too hard, you know, not enough school, CPS can come in and take your kid. Oh, you got dirty dishes in your sink? Oh, your house is too dirty, we're going to come take your kid. You know, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, and that's the thing, you know, so, you know, and another thing I was going to say is that, you know, the vaccine thing's going on right now.
Ooh.
Okay, parents that don't want to I'm not vaccinating my baby, I'm over it, okay? But you want me to tell you something? If you guys don't think that CPS is going to step in and go, oh, well, you're not vaccinating your kids,
Right.
so you're neglecting them. You got to know
That's right.
because that's the next thing. Another thing they're trying to do is put CPS offices, just so you guys know, on school campuses right
Oh
now.
my God.
That's a huge thing they're trying to do, is put CPS offices on school campuses, which is ridiculous.
Locally?
I know not for
Nationwide-
sure
nationwide?
locally, nationwide.
Wow.
I think they're trying to do that nationwide. I've only heard a little bit about it, you know, but, you know, I've been trying to keep my ear to the ground on that one.
Yeah.
But I've heard a little bit about it, and so that kind of scares me.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, back on the lawsuits, we're looking at also felony convictions, because I think
Yeah.
that's the only thing that's gonna like, boom, wake them up. It's like, oh, you took my job, you took my title, you took my license, you're taking my freedom, and henceforth my pension. You know, government employees can't get paid a pension when they have committed felonies their entire career. And that's what I'm really looking forward to, is solid felony convictions.
You know what?
And that's gonna separate the good guys from the bad guys. And where's their union gonna fall on this? That's what I wanna know. That's from Olivia.
And that's what I was saying also about suing these people. We got to sue them in federal court, okay? Because like I said, because we know they all sleep in the same bed. You know what I mean? But my thing with that is that unless we hold them accountable, they're going to keep doing what they're doing.
Right.
You know, and you got these judges and you got these attorneys out there in Watsonville that think they have this diplomatic immunity. What do you need immunity for unless you're committing treason?
Same thing with vaccines. The manufacturers have legal immunity.
Exactly.
So I mean,
How is
something's
that?
coming, man. I'll tell you what.
ADA doesn't even cover vaccine. They don't even have to be approved from what I know. Do they? No. That's crazy. And they want to put that in my kid?
Never.
Go ahead,
I'm
let's
gonna
say.
say one more thing, and then I'm really done.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Whenever I pay bills or I get solicitation from my credit card companies, I have things that, like a prayer that I'm praying, because I'm really against violence in any way, shape, or form. And
Definitely.
we have had CPS, we have one murdered back in New Hampshire. A parent decided they were going to take the law into their own hands,
Right.
and they dispatched her between her office door and her car door. But I'm against that, so I send a prayer list. I send a copy of Jerry's book. I send our CPS, or Stop Pink Market Child Trafficking. And this last month, there was a flyer for this meeting, so when anybody ever opens up one of my bills, oh, there I am. And my mom, who passed away November 14th at 104 years, 5 months and 4 days, died of a broken heart. Because this woman was not allowed to see her grandkids like she did every day. The baby she hadn't seen for almost 2 years, and the grandkids only came by sporadically. So Christmas, Thanksgiving, birthdays didn't happen. Mom insisted that I write this in her obituary, and you can look this up online at the Santa Cruz Sentinel. She said, and her last words was that she wanted the world to know what those heartless bastards at the Department of Children and Family Services and the Family Court did to her and her great-grandchildren. This is coming from a feisty little Italian, but that was it. She insisted that the world know what those heartless bastards did to her and her grandchildren. And that's it. I'm done. We're done.
I think we did the discussion. So wrap it up, please.